So today I'm going to do a video. Okay, this is also very annoying. Do you hear that sound? That's not normal. And I have to bring the car back to Lamborghini to Thompson to check that. Maybe you can hear it. They already looked at it and they said that's definitely not normal, but they will fix it. And they never had that problem before, but yeah, they will fix it. Yeah, today I'm going to do a video about things I hate and like this noise. I'm not going to talk about that anymore because like that can happen like when you produce a couple of 100,000 cars that there's like a minor problem. And I'm not going to talk about like the view in the Lamborghini. It's a race car, it's a fast car. And like when I'm at a traffic light, I always have to do like this to see the lights. I won't complain about that because that just comes with the car when you buy it, because it's a sports car. You can't complain about that. When you don't want that, you get a completely different car and then it's just slower. But there are other things where I just don't understand what Lamborghini did there and why they didn't, like the idea was good, I think, and in the end it just didn't turn out that well. But I'm going to complain about this car, and these are definitely like first world problems. So keep that in mind, and I still absolutely love this car. And I'm also going to do a video about the Porsche 911. And I can tell you already, I don't have anything I'm really complaining about this car. But still, I would always drive the Huracan. It's just an amazing car, and like maybe all these little things which annoy me, like they just make this car and gives this car a character. See, now I really can't see anything. I just wait for the car next to me to start moving. Now he moves, I can go too, I guess. And I won't complain about the luggage space because that's super tiny. But these are just the things I'm not going to complain about because I like it, it's like how the car is. And I will just give you another few examples where Lamborghini could have done a better job, but it just really doesn't matter because everything else is just perfect on this car, and it's a race car. Okay, let's start with the real first thing, which is actually a big issue to me because I like to drink something while driving, and this cup holder just really sucks. Because when you put something in it like this, it's okay, but as soon as you accelerate a little bit, it just flips out. I can just show you when I put in first gear. And I will just accelerate a little bit. See, this happens. And this sucks. I mean, you have a car with a cup holder, that's really cool. But then make this higher so it doesn't flip over. And now this is a bottle which is closed. I already had this problem with a can which was open. That was not cool. The other thing is the rear camera. I can just make it big. Like, we have 2016 and every smartphone has a better camera than this. The quality is really, really bad. And now I have some people making pictures in front of me. And that's actually the next issue. The parking sensors are super annoying. See now, why there's nothing behind me? There's so much space, and now still makes noise that there's something on the right back. Now it stopped, so it's just randomly going on. Now you will see, like I will go above 10 km per hour, it will automatically turn off the system. And when I go around this corner, it is not going on. So I have to do this, and now it's on. And now it tells me I'm really close there. So when I'm in the garage, I'm all the time switching on this stupid thing. And then we have something which has to do with the computer of the car. It's not storing the last few. So when I switch to the RPM mode, for example, now I have this big screen of the RPMs and the speed of the car. And when I turn it off, the car, I do it just now. Now it's turned off. And I turn it back on again. See? Now it jumps back to this hybrid mode where you see the map on the right side and the RPMs on the left side. And it doesn't store anything. It will always start up in this mode, no matter what you do. You can change, for example, that you don't want to see the RPMs, but your speed on the left, but it will always start like this, and even the things on the side, they will always be the same when you start up the engine. And now the funny thing is, I can set the heating of my seat to 1 point or to 3 points. I turn off the engine, I start the engine, and the heating of the seat is still the same. So the car stores the heating of the seat, but it doesn't store the view in the main monitor. That's a little bit confusing and also annoying. Now something about the steering or the turn signal of this car. So in the Lamborghini, you don't have anything behind the steering wheel. All the lighting and everything else is controlled right on the steering wheel. And the computer is controlled down here, and your cruise control is controlled down here. But nothing is behind here. Here's just for gear changes and the pedals. So, and I want to talk about the turn signals. So they're actually quite cool, and you can control them with one hand. So when you go to the left, it starts blinking to the left. When you click to the right, it starts blinking to the right. And it will automatically stop when you take a corner. However, like when you're on the Autobahn, you just want it to blink just like 3 times. And normally you just tip a turn signal and then it starts blinking for 3 times and then it stops. Like that's how it is on the Porsche, that's on many other cars like this. But on the Lamborghini, you always have to let it blink and then press it again. That's on the Autobahn, it's pretty annoying. And actually, the salesperson of Lamborghini at Thamsen, he told me that in the first models, the prototypes or something, that was a function of the turn signal. So you were just able to move a little bit to the left, it started to blink like 3 times, and then it stopped automatically. But now it's not that anymore. You always have to press it once to make it stop. And then something about the mirror. They don't darken on its own, or they don't darken at all. And the Lamborghini is a really low car, and for example, trucks or SUVs, when they are behind you, their lights are basically on the same height as your mirrors, and it blinds you as a driver. And normally on other car you have a functionality like here on this centered mirror where you can turn on automatically darkening of the mirrors. But in the case of the Lamborghini, you can't do it. Okay, and the last issue I have with this car, it's not about just this car, it's about the brand Lamborghini and its owner Audi. I mean, everybody knows by now Lamborghini is owned by Audi, and I think it's a really good thing. They made a great car with the Huracán, they made a great car with the R8, and both companies work together there, and you have parts from Audi in this car and you have parts from Lamborghini. The engine, for example, I think it's from Lamborghini. You have this in the R8. It worked out really well, but everybody who sees this car and talks to me is like, well, it's just an Audi, right? Like, it's just an R8 in the form of a Lamborghini and you pay much more and blah blah blah. I mean, people, come on, just shut up. It's still a Lamborghini and they did something for the future. The brand is secure. The cars will be built for many, many more years, hopefully. And they made the car, of course, they made it more accessible. It's not just a plain race car anymore where you have to be a really, really, really good driver to drive it. has all the electronics in it, and it's a daily driver nearly. I mean, I could drive it every day, pretty sure. So everything worked out pretty well. And yeah, people should just not all the time come to me and say, oh, well, it's just an Audi. It's not, it's a Lamborghini. And there's a big difference between the R8 and the Lamborghini. And you just have to drive them, and the Lamborghini is way more brutal. It looks completely different. Audi would never do such car because it's like, yeah, everybody knows it's something special, and it's like a little tank. I just love the design. That's why I would never get an R8. I just don't like the design. But I love the design of the Lamborghini. So that's just for this topic, and people should just stop coming like this and talk about this. It's a Lamborghini. I mean, there are many parts where you can see there's a cooperation. Like, for example, in the brakes, you see the Audi logo and even the Volkswagen logo. And the key of the car is pretty much an Audi key, just with the Lamborghini logo here, Lamborghini here, whatever. That way they can do everything better, I'm pretty sure. And the brand is still amazing. So with that said, thanks for watching. Please subscribe. There are many more videos to come. Right now it's winter, it's pretty tough to do new great videos, but in the summer there will be a lot to come. Yeah, exactly. It's just crazy.